I hope everyone can be able to see my screen. So let me introduce about myself and later we will discuss about the SAP MM. Myself, hi Krishna. I'm having 11 years of experience in SAP MM and S4 HANA. Currently, I am working in Infosys Hyderabad. Previously, I have worked in TCS. And I am certified SAP S4 HANA consultant directly from SAP Germany. And so far, I have worked on 6 implementation projects and I have worked on 4 rollouts. Also, I have worked on 5 support projects so far. So, well, that's a brief summary about my journey. Now, let us discuss about the SAP MM. First of all, what is the meaning of an SAP? Before coming to know what is the meaning of an SAP, first we need to know what is the meaning of an ERP. ERP is nothing but Enterprise Resource Planning. ERP means Enterprise Resource Planning. Here resource means it is like men, machine, money and material. And enterprise is nothing but it can be an industry, an organization, or a company. In our company or in our industry, how we need to plan the resources that is going to be let us know by this ERP. SAP also it is a type of ERP software. SAP also it is going to come under the ERP software only. But along with the SAP, there are multiple ERPs in the market. There are Barn, JD Edward, Exit, Sable, Oracle, Ramco, Navision, PeopleSoft, recently Zoho, Salesforce. All these are the ERPs we are having in the market along with the SAP. So here we will get a doubt like even though if we are having these many ERPs in the market, why SAP becomes the topmost ERP? Why SAP becomes the topmost ERP even though if you are having these many ERPs in the market. Why? Because let me tell you one real-time example so that you can be able to understand why SAP becomes the topmost ERP. Let us say we are owning a company. In our company, what we are going to do? We are going to manufacture a product. That product it can be either a finished product or it can be a semi-finished product. Either we are going to manufacture a finished product or else we are going to manufacture a semi-finished product. Let us take a car. Car is a finished product, right? Inside the car we are having seats, car outer body, engine, tires. These are called as the semi-finished products. So either we are going to manufacture a finished product or else we are going to manufacture semi-finished products in our company. Let us say I am manufacturing a furniture. To manufacture this furniture, what are all the raw materials we require? We need wood raw material, we need some nails, we need some gum, we need some sheets, and also we need some nails to attach all these things, and then together it is going to combine as a furniture. If you're having all these raw materials in your company, we can go ahead and then we can start doing the manufacturing of a furniture. But for suppose if you're not having these raw materials in your company, we cannot do the manufacturing of a furniture, right? So we need to get these raw materials from outside people, and those outside people will be called as a vendor. So from the vendor we are going to get the raw materials into our company. Once we get the raw materials into our company, what we are going to do? In our company we are going to have a material module and we are going to have a finance module. This material module it is going to it is going to handle the material information, and this finance module, it is going to handle the money information or its payments information. To take care of this material module, I have installed one software, that is ERP1. And to take care of this finance module, I have installed another software, that is ERP2. This ERP1 software, it is going to take care of the material module, and this ERP2 software, it is going to take care of the finance module. These two softwares are different softwares, right? If it is different, there won't be any integration in between these two softwares. It means there is no joining, there is no bridge in between these two softwares. Now, what is going to happen? Whatever the information we are updating in this ERP1 software, that information, it won't get updated into the ERP2 software. Why? Because there is no integration, right? There is no bridge, there is no connection in between these two softwares. So for that is the reason, whatever the information we are updating in this ERP1 software for our material module, it won't get updated into the ERP2 software. Now see here. Now I have received the material from the vendor. Let us say I have received some 100 quantity of so and so material. That information I am going to update. It means the people who are working in this ERP1 software, they will be updating the information with respect to that material. Since that information, it won't be passed to this ERP2 software, right, automatically. So for that is the reason, the people who are working in this ERP1 software, they will be downloading the data into the Excel sheet, and that Excel sheet will be sent to this ERP2 people in the form of email. Once this ERP2 people got the mail, again they will be entering the data manually. And after some days, the vendor is going to get the payment from the company. Here we are going to face two major issues. We are going to face two major issues if you are using different softwares in your company. The first issue, that is the time lag issue. What is the meaning of this time lagging? See, the people who are working in the CRP1 software, they will be entering the data manually. So they will take some 2 to 3 days time depending upon the quantity. Similarly, the people who are in this ERP2 software, they will be also entering the data manually, and they will take some time. And after some days, the finance department, they will be sending the amount to the vendor. See, whenever a person send any material to our location, he will be expecting some immediate payment, right? But here it is taking a lot of time to send the amount to the vendor. So that is our first major issue. And the second major issue, that is the human errors. What is the meaning of this human error? Look here, the people who are working in this ERP2 software, they need to enter the data like how much is the amount does the vendor need to get. For suppose the vendor need to get, for one quantity, the vendor need to get some $100. Instead of entering $100, by mistakenly they would have entered some $10 or else some $1. Now what is going to happen? The vendor is going to get only $10 instead of $100 for each quantity. Now what the vendor will do? He will simply go to the court and then he'll be filing a case on us. These things and all will be happening if you are using different softwares in your company. But if you use SAP, what are all the modules we are having in SAP? We are having MM middle management, we are having
Yes, yes.
SD sales and distribution, we are
Yes,
having
Arun.
FICO finance and controlling, we are having BP production planning, we are having PM plant maintenance, we are having QM quality management, and we are having multiple modules in a single SAP software. Now, whatever the information that we have updated in one module, so that information will get automatically updated into another respective modules also. How it is getting automatically updated? Why? Because there is an integration between each and every module. How there is an integration? How means since all these modules were present in a single SAP software, right? So there is an integration between each and every module. So whatever the information that we are updating in one module, so that information will get updated into another modules also. So because of this, SAP becomes the topmost ERP, and SAP contains all the modules which are required to run our business smoothly. Okay, so for this is the reason SAP becomes the topmost ERP. Any doubts from anyone until now? Manzoor, Rakesh, Sandeep, Prasad, Ramananda, Nagaraj, Shiva,
No, sir,
Pavan,
it's
Abhi,
clear.
any doubts?
It's
Okay,
clear, sir.
okay, fine. So now let us see. As I said, these are all the ERPs, right? So here you may get doubt like, okay, SAP is the topmost ERP, that is fine. But here Oracle also, it is having almost all the modules like the SAP, right? Why can't be the Oracle becomes topmost ERP? Why? Because Oracle performance is somewhat slower when you compare with the SAP performance. And also, Oracle mainly concentrate on the finance related activities. And all the remaining ERPs, they'll be concentrating either on a single module or else 2 to 3 modules. But SAP is the only ERP that is going to concentrate on multiple modules which are required to run our business smoothly. Okay. Now, let us see some history about SAP. SAP is nothing but systems, applications, and products in data processing. It was invented in the year 1972, okay, by the former 5 employees from the IBM. So they came out of the IBM and they have invented this software in the country Germany. So it becomes a Germany product. Now, let us see the most important topic in the material management, which is a procurement to pay cycle. It is very, very, very important topic in the material management. If we understand this P2P cycle, then the material management will be a cakewalk for you. So please listen this very carefully. First of all, what is the meaning of a procurement? Procurement is divided into two types. One is internal procurement, another one is external procurement. What is the difference in between the internal procurement and the external procurement? Internal procurement means if we are getting the material from the nearby plants of our company, it is known as the internal procurement. Let us say for an example, there is a Hyderabad plant, okay, and then there is a Mumbai plant. The plant which is there in Hyderabad, they want some material, and if the Mumbai plant is having that material, the Mumbai plant will be sending the material to the Hyderabad plant. So that is called as a internal procurement. If there is a stock transfer between the two plants of a same company, that is called as a internal
Inter-
procurement.
or we call
Now,
interstore transfer also.
sorry,
Yeah, we can call as the interstore transfer or interbranch transfer also. We can the same.
we need to call it as a STO, stock transport
Yes.
order.
Yes. Okay, sir.
Yeah, okay. Now, what is the meaning of this external procurement? External procurement means if we are getting the material, if our company is getting the material from the outside people, that is called as a vendor, it is called as an external procurement. So, internal procurement means getting the material from the nearby plants of our company. External procurement means getting the material from the vendor. If you get the material from the vendor, we need to do the payment to the vendor, right? So from the starting of the procurement until the payment, whatever the cycle we are having in SAP, that is called as a procurement to pay cycle. In short form, we are going to call it as a P2P cycle. So when you go and join in a project, you are going to be called as a SAP MM consultant, right? Along with that, you can be called as a P2P consultant also. Why? Because this P2P cycle completely belongs to the material management. So we are going to be called as either SAP MM consultants, or else we are going to be called as the P2P consultants. Now, what is the first step we are having in our P2P cycle? It is the gathering of requirements. What is the meaning of this gathering of requirements? At each and every plant, we are going to have a material planner. First of all, what is the meaning of a plant? Plant is nothing but it is a place where the manufacturing activities are going to be taken care. Now, what is the meaning of this manufacturing activities? If you want to manufacture a finished product, or else if you want to manufacture a semi-finished product, so plant is a place where we are going to take care of all those manufacturing activities. Okay. Now, inside the plant location, we are going to have a material planner. This material planner, he will be checking inside the plant if there are any shortages existed for any of the material or not. For suppose if there are 100 materials inside the plant, he will be checking the stock levels with respect to all those 100 materials. If there is any stock deficit, what he will be doing? He will be creating a purchase requisition document. If there are any shortages existed, this material planner, he will be creating a purchase requisition document. In short form, it is called as a PR, and this purchase requisition is called as a internal document. This is the most important interview question. Why purchase requisition is called as an internal document? Why? Because this purchase requisition is going to be circulated within the company premises. Within the company only, this purchase requisition is going to be circulated. So for that is the reason it is called as a internal document. Now, what is the information does the purchase requisition contain? Purchase requisition contain what is the material that is in shortage, how much is the quantity that we need, and for which plant and storage location we need that material, within which delivery date we need that material. So all this information will be there in the purchase requisition document. Now, once the purchase requisition is created by the material planner, what is going to do? He will be sending that purchase requisition to the purchasing organization. What is the meaning of this purchasing organization? Purchasing organization means it is an organization which is going to be responsible for the procurement activities. What is the meaning of procurement activities? Just now we have discussed it, right? We are having two types of procurement. One is an internal, another one is the external. Both are going to be monitored by this purchasing organization. Now the people who are in this purchasing organization, they will go to the plant and then they will check if the shortages are really existed or not. If the shortages are really existed, they will send the purchase requisition document to the purchasing group. But for suppose if the shortages are not existed, what they will do? They will cancel the purchase requisition document. Why? Because maybe this material planner, he would have created it by mistakenly. So if there are no shortages, they will be canceling that purchase requisition. If there are shortages, they will be sending that to the purchasing group. Now, what is the meaning of a purchasing group? Now, what is this purchasing group is going to do with the purchase requisition. Purchasing group consists of either a single buyer or a group of buyers. Buyer is nothing but a person. Okay. Purchasing group consists of either a single person or a group of people who are responsible for day-to-day activities. Day-to-day activities are nothing but at each and every company. Company in the sense, let us say, I am working in TCS. Okay. Inside the TCS, I am going to be allocated with some particular project, right? So now I got a project and the client is Nike. Inside the Nike company, some SAP end users will be working. They will be trained to do their day-to-day activities in the SAP, like creating purchase requisition, creating purchase order, and then doing the goods movements, and then creating some sale orders, okay, and then generating some reports. All these are their day-to-day activities. And those activities are going to be monitored by this purchasing group people. So that is what the definition of a purchasing group. So purchasing group consists of either a single person or a group of people who are responsible for the day-to-day activities. But once the purchase requisition reaches to the purchasing group, what they will do? They will be converting that purchase requisition into a purchase order. In short form, we are going to call it as a PO. Until now, anyone have any doubts?
No doubts.
Okay. Others, please. Rakesh, Sandeep, Prasad, Diresh, Shiva, Pavan, Abhi.
Quite clear. Till
No.
Okay. Okay then. Now,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
sorry.
Nothing, sir.
Okay, fine. Yeah, thank you. Now, this purchase order is called as an external document. This is the most important interview question. Why purchase order is called as an external document? Purchase order is going to be sent to the outside people, right? Okay, we are sending this purchase order to the outside persons, that is a vendor, right? So for that is the reason it is called as an external document. At the time of interview, they will ask, it is not like only for the freshers they were going to ask this question. For each and everyone, even for the freshers, even for the 3 to 4 years experience, or else even with the 6 to 8 years experience people also, they'll be asking why purchase requisition is called as an internal document and why purchase order is called as an external document. Purchase requisition is going to be circulated within the company premises, so it is called as an internal document. Purchase order is being sent to the outside people, that is a vendor, so it is called as an external document. Now, what is the information does the purchase order contain? Purchase order contain all the information like the purchase requisition, but along with that, it is going to contain who is the vendor going to supply the material, and also how much is the price does the vendor is expecting. So all this information will be there in the purchase order. Now once the purchase order is created, it will be sent to the vendor location. Once the vendor receives the purchase order, what he will do? He will be sending the quantity. He will be sending the stock to our company, right? Once we get the stock into our company, we are going to create a goods receipt document. In short form, we can call it as a GR.
Yeah,
And before
good
the
receipt note.
GR, yeah, before the GR, there is one step, that is, once we get the stock into our location, we will be doing the quality inspection. Let us say, for an example, I have sent the PO with 100 quantity to the vendor. So it means I have requested the vendor to send 100 quantity to my location. Now, as soon as I receive the stock into my location, I need to do the quantity and the quality checking, right? When I'm doing the quality checking, I got to know that I received the 100 quantity. Okay, that is fine. But when I am doing the quality checking, I got to know that 80 quantity is in good quality and remaining 20 quantity is in bad quality. So at that point of time, what we are going to do, we are going to take only the good quality stock into our location. That good quality stock which we are taking into our location, that we are going to enter into the goods receipt. So goods receipt is nothing but the good quality stock which we are taking into our location. But what about this bad quality? This bad quality stock, we are going to return it back to the vendor location. And after some time, the vendor is going to send again 20 quantity which is in good quality to our location. Now see here, once we prepare the goods receipt, we need to send this goods receipt document to the vendor. Why? Why? Because to get the invoice from the vendor, we need to send the goods receipt from our location to the vendor location according to the standard SAP process. According to the standard SAP process, we are going to send the goods receipt to the vendor location. Once the vendor receives the GR, I mean the goods receipt, he will be comparing that goods receipt along with the purchase order, so that he will be coming to know that we took only 80 quantity and then we are returning 20 quantity back to his location. Now he need to prepare the invoice for only 80 quantity, and that invoice he need to send it to the company. Company means the company which we are working, and our company will be checking that invoice along with the goods receipt. If everything is fine, then the company is going to send the amount to the respective vendor. So this is what the P2P cycle that we are going to have in the material management. But actually, this invoice, it is going to be taken care by the SAP FICO. SAP FICO module people, they will take care of this invoice. But as an SAP MM consultant, we need to have the idea about complete business. Why? Because I will tell you one thing, okay? If you take any other module, if you take SD, if you take FICO, if you take PP, mostly they will be having an idea up to their particular module only. But if you take the SAP MM, if you take the middle management, the people who learn the middle management, they will be getting complete idea about the business. It means they'll be having end-to-end idea, end-to-end business knowledge about all the modules and whatever the other modules are doing in the business. So that complete understanding we can be able to get. So for that is a reason we are going to see each and everything in the SAP. But in the real time, it will be taken care by the finance people. We don't need to worry about that. And this quantity and the quality checking also, it will be taken care by the quality management module people. Okay. So this is what about the P2P cycle we are having in the material management. Any doubts until now from anyone?
No.
Okay. Okay then. So most of you people will be having some doubts like the difference in between the functional and the technical modules in the SAP. The people who are very new to the SAP and the people who are working as an end user in the SAP. Okay, so they'll be having some kind of confusion or else some misunderstanding between the technical and the functional modules in the SAP. So let me clear you that in SAP, there will be two types of modules. One will be functional, another one will be the technical. Functional means all MM, SD, FICO, PP, PM. Okay, so many modules are there. But if you take technical, we are having ABAP and then basis. These two are the technical modules. So it means these two are the, I mean, the people who are working in these two modules, they will be taking care of the coding part. They will take care of the back end coding part. But the front end business, but the front end configurations we are doing in the system, everything, it is going to be controlled by the functional module people only. So here you may get some kind of confusion, right? Is the technical module people will be getting more packages and the on-site opportunities? On-site means like if you want to go to some other country like Europe or USA or Australia, something like that, that is called as an on-site. Okay, where you can go to the client location and then you can work directly from there. So people will be having doubts like the people who are in the technical module, they'll be having more packages, or it's the people who are from the functional. Believe me, if you see the outside job market, like if you take any other technology like Python, Java, something like that, right? Those people who are working on the coding part, they'll be getting more packages. But in SAP, it is reverse. In SAP, it will be reverse. The people who are working on the coding part, they won't be getting that much packages when you compare with the functional module people. Why? Because we are the ones who will be discussing with the clients. We are the ones who will be discussing about the business. We know about the complete business. We are going to get the requirement from the client, and that requirement we are going to explain that to the technical people. We will be understanding that requirement, and then we are going to let the technical people know what they need to do from their side. So that is the reason the people who are facing the business, they'll be getting the more packages and the onset opportunities, right? Not the technical people. Okay, that is one thing. Another one is difference in between the ECC and then S4 HANA. See, until the year 2015, there was only ECC version in the market. But in the year 2015, SAP introduced this S4 HANA version into the market. These are nothing but versions only. If you take Android or else if you take Windows OS, we are having Windows 8, Windows 9, okay, Windows 10, and recently Windows 11, okay, whatever it is. All these are the versions in the Windows OS, right? Similarly, in the SAP also, earlier the version is ECC, now the latest version is S4 HANA. If you ask me with respect to the modules which we are working, there is no that much difference when you compare with S4 HANA and ECC. I mean, let me tell you in a clear way. If you take the material management, there are only 15 to 20% changes in S4 HANA when you compare with the ECC. When you compare with ECC, we got only 15 to 20% changes in S4 HANA. So if you learn what are all those changes in S4 HANA, it means that you got experience in the S4 HANA MM. Okay, so that's it. There is no that much rocket science in there. We are having only 15 to 20% changes in S4 HANA. When you learn those changes, that's it. That you are, I mean, you can say that you are having experience in the S4 HANA MM directly. So that is what the difference in between the ECC and the S4 HANA. The major difference is at the database. If you take ECC, we were using the database such as Oracle database or else some DB2 database. But if you take S4 HANA, we were using the HANA database. HANA is a database. It is the most powerful database in the current market. Let me tell you how much powerful it is. For suppose if you want to download some data, if I am downloading that data by using ECC, if it takes 100 seconds for me, if you are downloading the same data by using S4 HANA, it will take only 10 seconds. That much fast is the S4 HANA database when you compare with the ECC database. And one more thing, by the year 2030, each and every company who is using the SAP, they need to migrate to S4 HANA. Why? Because by the year 2030, SAP said like they'll be stop providing the security updates to the ECC version. If they stop providing the security updates, what is going to happen? Easily, it can be attacked by a virus. So each and every company, they need to migrate to S4HANA by the year 2030. Earlier it was 2025, but because of the request from almost all the Fortune 500 companies, they moved from 2025 to 2030. Okay, so that is what the difference in between the ECC and then S4 HANA. And one more thing, guys, see, at each and every day, whenever we are discussing any topic, we are going to cover the real-time business scenario. So whatever we have discussed till now, all these are the real-time business scenarios and consisting of the interview questions. So on that particular topic, we will see what are the issues you are going to get in real time, and then what are all the interview questions they were going to ask on that particular topic. And along with that, you'll be getting daily recorded sessions directly to your email ID. You will be getting online server access, and then you are going to get the documents which contains the T codes, definitions, and important points. And I'll be sending you the resume samples. If you are a fresher, I'll be sending the fresher resume sample. If you are an experienced, I'll be sending the experienced resume sample. And if you're having any doubts with respect to the resume, we can connect and then we can sort it out and then prepare the resume. And finally, if you're interested, I'll be taking the mock interview as well. Okay, I'll be taking the mock interview so that you can be able to get to know on which areas you are strong and then on which areas you need to update. And then you'll be getting the interview questions which are about 50 plus. Most of the questions, whatever they were going to ask in the interview, okay, so those questions will get covered in the document itself, so that you can be able to prefer. You can be able to be. You can be able to be ready before the interview itself. Okay, so that's all we are providing for your job assistance from our end. If there is anything, if you want to know regarding the jobs or regarding SAP or regarding the training, anything, you can ask me now.
Hi, I'm Dheeresh.
Yes, Dinesh.
Uh, I have a doubt like regarding the duration of the course and like what all we would cover. Like even we would generally work. Teach me like with the business scenario, like the whole
Mhm.
process from like about
Mhm.
if it is implementation, like how it is. If it's a support, what kind of generally requests we get like that. Like it will be like that.
It will be like that only. See, whatever the training we are going to get, okay, it is going to be in an implementation project. So in an implementation project, how you are going to do from the start and then end, okay, so that entire project, in that project way only we are going to have the sessions and all. And finally, we will be discussing about the support projects, what and all we are going to have in the support projects, that incidents, SLAs, everything. And on not only that implementation and the support, we are going to cover the rollout project, we are going to cover the upgrade projects, we are going to cover the enhancements, testings, servers information. Okay, everything we are going to cover. Even we will be covering the IDOCs also. IDOCs or real-time activities which you are going to do in the support project. So we will be discussing about that IDOCs monitoring as well. And then we'll be discussing about the implementation methodologies, and then we'll be discussing about the types of testings, and then we'll be discussing about the integrations, everything we are going to cover. And one more thing, you can when you complete this training, you can go and search for a job with at least 4 to 5 years experience. It is not like once we complete the training you can go as a fresher only. It is not like that. Why? Because since
Okay.
we are covering the real time business scenarios and interview questions, everything, you can go and then put in your resume that you are having experience of 3 to 5 years. Why? Because
Okay.
that much level of training you are going to get.
Okay. So right now also I have 5 years of experience in supply chain domain. So that's what I thought I will move to
Yeah,
SAP
so
MM
what you
because it
can,
has a
yeah, what
better
you can do
opportunity.
is, yeah, what you can do is you can just put in your resume like from past 3 years or 4 years that you have been working on SAP MM,
Okay.
so that you can be
Yeah.
able
That.
to get the job very easily.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Duration would be like 2 months or 3 months.
It will be around 2.5 months,
Okay.
including
Oh,
S4 HANA, including the projects. I mean the real-time project information, everything. It will be around 2.5 months.
okay. So like you would be giving the samples of documents we should be making and all like in the uh, whole process also, right?
Yes, see, everything, whatever we are going to have in a session, it will be everything getting recorded. Even this demo session also will be getting recorded and it will be
Okay.
shared to you. So whenever you are having time, you can just open that and then you can do the practice.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
Yeah, there
Thank
is no problem in that. Yes.